Well, finally, the administration at least answers something. And although unpleasant, it answers. And now you better check everything. Check 10 times at IP addresses, at Kiev IP addresses. You know the truth. You know that I worked from the account. Check the correspondence and find out from the administration. And wait it up, people, and they will say whose account, who received profit from this account. And also, check the information 10 times before trying to do now me a scapegoat or a swindler. You check 10 times because I have an answer for every question, and for 2-3 hours I will demonstrate it. Do not make this mistake. That can simply ruin you now. Because I am not a company enemy. I still believe in the company. I still believe that everything can be fine with you. Yeah, but for some reason it seems to me that inside the business, inside the company, there are some persons who harm you, which distort or deliver false information or modify it. And this is actually happening right now. I am finally glad that at least this way the company admits mistakes, that there really were hacks. It turns out there were. I was constantly shouting and talking about it, but it always happened anyway. Administration asked me, "Why, Dennis? Why are you so angry? We're fine. Why are things so stressful for you?" Yes, because I work with people, but because every day, when some grandmother or a person who has lost $50 or $100 calls, he conveys all this emotionally that it feels like he lost $1 million and becomes sorry. Why is this situation happening in the 4th month since June? And I was one of the first to get hacked. My people were hacked. Then they got access to other people's emails wrote there on Facebook, to people, and believe me, for $50 or $100, those who were lost by people or were there for $400, but having a check for $1,000 a week from the end of June, you think I could do it? Don't you think that what you are now declaring is absolute nonsense in general? Because I help people solve these issues. I help people calling and communicating with each person. I helped so that the true triumph will prevail, and they really got their account back, at least with minimal losses, so that the fraudsters could not, for example, take money from the further. Before presenting something, you will still talk 20 times with the entire administration, because in a few hours I will show every video evidence where there were hacks, where people's appeals, where I'll show that fact. You have problems, you have mistakes, solve them, get stronger, get your money back. Do not make something or make excuses that there's a situation or that I'm a fraud. Try to make me a scammer, it's generally ridiculous. Make no mistakes. The problem was not because you say that someone's email was hacked. The most of it was because the administration changed scammers' emails and gave account access to another person. It was a problem. This is what I constantly talk about. But to me they say, yes, everything is fine. It turns out that we finally achieved, that you admit that yes, not everything turns out to be okay. I want you to do everything safe, I want everything to be always protected. And finally figure out inside your company who is misleading information to you, who is generally misbehaving. Establish technical support, so that people who contact support can solve the issues, at least a day or two, but not weeks. When they have something going on, they need to react quickly, because seconds decide whether a person will lose money or not. Set up the security system to the end, so that everything is fine. Try to phones, I don't know, to stop these appeals and stop doing nonsense. Unblock account. Show that you are strong in general, that the company came for a long time and not to engage in nonsense. And now try to slander me? Well, you'll be doing this in general, make the adequacy. You had good trust from the very first day. Don't make mistakes that can't be made. This is a network business, it is a transparent business, this is a crypto world. In this crypto world, everything is always transparent. Knowing this, I would not be recording this video right now. And there is one for you. I can now provide dozens of such videos, here's one of the last. This is November 17th, this yesterday. Today is 18th. This happened yesterday, and yes, the company says we will return the money in 48 hours. But the problem is not that. The problem is that this should never happen again. That there is always the safety of the company, so that people can be sure that everything is fine with their money in the first place, and so that the top liners who entered were sure that yes, the company will always pay, and not that you create a network now and don't care about it, because the leaders will think, what will they do wrong with me tomorrow? All top leaders, all people who know how to build a network, H multi-accounts, as low as free. There is such a rule, golden triangle. Didn't you know for that? The golden triangle, and I'm sure that probably everyone, I'm not even sure, but all the top leaders have it. This is normal. All business absolutely work this way. It's marketing. It's called a binary marketing plan. I, Melanie Clarissa, want to show you what operations happened in my office that I did not do. I wanted to show you what happened tonight. I saw movements, and now I'm recording a video to demonstrate what has been done in my office without my knowledge. I have a global account for today. I already have such a number of coins on my balance sheet. And if I go into the settings and see the operations that took place without my knowledge, in the finance section, I see that money was withdrawn. If we look at the first story, it went away in bitcoins tonight. Next moment, the money is gone. And now I will show you what happened next. In my settings section, my mail has been completely changed. We see that I had another mail. I had Golden Lady mail. But there is another mail for today. And if I'm afraid to just tap now, I'll put the code. I think that the code has also been changed. But if anything, I can just put it to check whether the code has changed. But today they changed the mail, which I did not do. This is not my mail. I don't even know what it is, and all funds have been withdrawn. Now every minute my friends, top leaders, call me and say, Denis, what is the real problem? What do you think? And I think it's just someone inside, somewhere inside you. Find out for yourself. Figure out that there is someone who is greedy and does not want now. Firstly, to give $1.5 million, which I honestly earned, and then does not want to pay $1 million a month. Although, in my opinion, since September the company has already, as I was told, that $1 million a day comes to them. This is actually a penny for it. It's not a lot, but greedy has never led to anything good. And either you just figure it out now, solve all the problems, understand that the value is not an exchange, the value is a network. The fact that you make an exchange for yourself and then turn off the network is understandable. The question is, maybe you have already started quietly. First to remove the leader, then the mention bonus, quietly turn off the network, but this way you will never build a millionth company. Just solve the problem inside. This is not a lot of money. This is not a problem that should be brought out to the public at all. You have to be strong and very strong to create a $1 billion company.